Well. We are back. With Elite here. Range. Up. Here. Pull up. Hop in there. And here we are. Unfortunately, a little bit of a small grid as we had driver retirements from the league today, and yeah, Team Haas announced pretty late that they were not going to be able to show up. A little bit of unavailabilities on different sides. I think Rage Quit alone as well. Half of Herbie's drivers are missing today. So yeah, with 14 people, maybe the back end gets a more interesting or maybe bigger chance at taking points here. There's obviously going to be less drivers to compete with, and as we have seen in Challenger, things might be funky in turn 1. We have a Williams going out first, and well, since he's the only Williams left, that's gotta be Dummy. I have the feeling the game is a bit quiet for you guys, but light rain for the entire race. Okay, interesting. See that? No, that is not. That should be a bit better. Yeah. Anyways, Elite tier, of course, is the higher tier that we have. And well, yeah. I hope we're gonna see some interesting racing here. So far, all of the races that we've seen in Elite were fairly amazing. Light rain for the entire race, according to drivers. I have already read that. Why did I read that again? I don't know. Dementia kicks in early, apparently. But yeah, we are going to be with Rick Dummy for that first hot lap that might as well set the pace for the rest of the session here. Yeah, I think Dummy and Goji are gonna be the drivers battling that out between each other. And yeah, Dummy cuts very deep there to take all the speed that he can get out of the bus stop chicane. Not the perfect apex for turn 1, but not too bad neither. I'm pretty sure you can cut the curb in turn 1 a little bit. It's going very tight through Redillion actually. And well, he's doing very good at driving the straight. Braking point seems to be on point as well. Nice apexes on this one as well. Doesn't run too wide out of the turn. Now this is a good old corner that many people struggle with, and there are several different racing lines through that downhill right-hander, but he does it quite well. Keeps it together pretty darn well so far. Maybe not the optimal racing line through these two left-handers, but yeah, we're gonna see how he's gonna do through that little chicane. It's not looking too bad, doesn't run wide there neither. Yeah, like overall I think this is far more crucial and accurate performance than we've seen in most of the Challenger tiers qualifying laps. And obviously I think 143 flat was the quickest lap in Challenger. I'm gonna see where Elite can rack up. As we're advancing the bus stop chicane. And so he's losing it a little bit. 142.8 as a starting lap is quite decent, I'd say. Let's stick with Goji here. His teammate Simmons is gonna be coming through for his hot lap just ahead of him. I think is either Dave or Arch. Yeah, gotta be Dave. Has set a 143.3 then. And yeah, Simmons qualifying a genius once more. Not that far ahead of Dummy though. 0.06 seconds roughly, and not too much. Goji drops down far behind these guys. And it is Jax on the mediums, who is actually gonna be in P5 for now. Going slightly faster than Goji, but gets bested by Infernal Lewis. So let's... Where are we heading? Let's head over to Fabian Gaming, maybe. That is for sure an invalidated lap. Dunk on you is coming over the line right now in 5th. We could hop on Rage Quit's POV as he is just coming towards that bust up chicane in his out lap, and he's gonna be heading towards his first start lap here. So yeah, if there's light rain for the entire race, as Herbie has stated in the chat, his drivers told him, I wonder why the drivers should be driving on medium tires then, but I think Jack always does a medium tire stint first on qualifying. The two AlphaTauris are running through Sector 1 now. They always do that little bit of a united qualifying. Don't know if they're gonna go for the toe again, as they definitely have the setup to do that, being that close together. We're gonna see if one of them is gonna be dropping behind in a major way after the straight. Yes, it seems like they went for the toe. Don't know who was the first driver there of them. Oh, and Rage Quit ran wide and gets his attempt invalidated. Coming over the line is gonna be DH. First hot lap attempt for him as well. 144.4 is certainly a bit off pace. But we're gonna see. So let's see. Meshik apparently got the toe down the big straight. And he's gonna be delivering the toe to Harashun on his next attempt then, I guess. But yeah. Now has to care to not bin it in Sector 3, as he at least doesn't run wide to get his lap time invalidated, but I don't see purple lap times popping up on his screen neither. Lewis going very, very slow there. Don't know if he's on the end lap or anything. So Meshik will set his first time here. And it is pole position. It is pole position. I wonder why there are no purple times somewhere. And I wonder why Harashun goes into the pits where they could have just executed the toe on that second lap as well. But yeah, it's Rage Quit again for us, as we will head over to him to see him complete his second attempt to his first hot lap. So we are coming towards the corner where he got his lap time invalidated the last time. He's running a little bit wide there as well, but I think that was perfectly reasonable. Ah, yikes, that was a bit far though. Probably cost him a little bit of time there to step off the gas in the center of these two left-handers. And that has cost him another lap. Fabian Gaming gets his second attempt in here, as... yeah. I think the first lap he tried was invalid as well. And, well, he has to hold up the flag for Ferrari, as Alex is not there this weekend. And he's looking quite clean there. Like, that was two beautiful corners. And this one taken very, very tight. Coming out. And has to care not to run too wide here, but does so quite well. Let's see if he can catch a proper braking point and then... yeah, gets a very, very good line through these two left-handers and coming up to the last turns of Sector 2. He is looking quite well. Thing is, smooth does not always equal fast, so we're gonna see if his lap times speak for him in the end of this attempt, as as said, everything looks quite good, but was it fast? So I think we are looking at something like 138 on corner exit. Yeah, that's probably gonna be a little bit behind. Yeah, and it is. 143.7, still reasonably well. Into the P6, as yeah, he's not gonna get right into the 142s immediately. Let's head over to Arch. Arch, of course. We've seen him earlier, opening up the Champions race in the Rocket Sundays tournament, cracking it up wide open by giving a good defeat towards the Glasgow Storm players, who are Baddis and Percy, who we have seen racing in Challenger Tier. And yeah, he's gonna look for an equally good result in this race here, as he's gonna get his first hot lap in. I think after this lap he might get a chance to go for another, if he goes into the pits immediately and then goes out immediately afterwards again. Behind him, Dave is probably on fresh tires as well. The current data shows us only the tires on which the people drove their best laps. I don't know why Fabian is driving his best lap on 0 lap old tires. Oh yeah, probably because he's just returning to the pits and the lap 2 is gonna get counted once he arrives there. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, we're gonna see Arch coming out of this Sector 2, and I think he is a second clear of Fabian Gaming's time so far. That would put him into contention for the top spots if he can keep his quick driving up through Sector 3. I think that was not entirely optimal, but still reasonably well. As he comes out, oh, there's Goji in the wall, yikes. 143.1. Can't quite crack the 143 line and keep up with the top boys, but he slots in directly with his teammate. So once more we have the AlphaTauris and Rage Quit on outlaps. Parachute this time being the driver lined up behind his teammate to get the tow down the main straight. And I wonder if they're gonna do the like 2-lap towing system this time with Harashun receiving the tow in his first attempt and this hot lap attempt coming up. Oh my. Colonel Lewis there standing in a quite unfortunate position for these two guys. As Meshik will move aside probably. Yes, brakes early. Leaves Harashun through. Harashun doesn't have too many chances left to drive a good and decent hot lap, so he'd better be doing it now. Has to care to not get his lap time invalidated, of course, as that is a little bit of an issue around this course. You can run slightly wide at several occasions and yeah, just get robbed of your lap time entirely then. So yeah, the next one coming up is one of the big ones. Whew. That was very close, I think, to an invalid lap, as he ran quite wide into the entry of Sector 3. But yeah, from here on he can basically only really cut the chicane or run wide in this one, but that usually doesn't happen. Yeah, coming through these last few turns. Harashun has been a surprise every now and then. I think this is just a little bit of lack of pace for him in this one. Meshik returning to the pits is probably gonna go for one last attempt then, as he should have the time to make it out in time again. Rage quit once more with that deleted lap time. Yeah, he just has to get a lap on the board at all. I think he's gonna be quite happy with that then. But yeah, we'll see where he's gonna land if he does so. I think he had a low 143 the first time he went through and got his lap time invalidated. So he should be up there in the top ranks. We're gonna see. He's still staying in bounds of the track, even that was kinda close again. Really care not to run wide. Okay. I mean, he had all wheels off track there. I wonder how that was not an invalid lap, but lucky for him, as his attempts seem to run out. Going very wide on that previous turn as well, and okay. I mean, he had all 4 wheels of track there. Don't know how that counted, but yeah, apparently he's gonna get his lap time in as well, and of course it would have been sad for him to just like not get a lap time in at all in this one. And I think it's even looking quite strong, as it's not quite the 142, but he slots in immediately behind Arch. Who is still on an outlap, so we might see a little bit of improvement. Quite a bunch of drivers are still going for another try. Meshik is one of them. Who is on a hot lap potentially? Fabian Gaming, maybe. Yep, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna watch this. Duncan, you maybe. Yeah, Duncan, let's stick with Dunk a little bit. I have not spectated the McLarens at all in this qualifying session, and Dunk is always, I don't know, I enjoy myself some Dunk. And yeah, I think he can do a bit better still. Not that his lap time was ultimately weak, but yeah, there's still a little bit of time to find. There's a very, very slight margin of improvement there in Sector 1. Let me see. Got fairly to the inside early on, taking a very, very early apex. Not necessarily the quickest. Yes, and there is it. Out of bounds, and here we are. Nuve has an invalid lap as well. Fabian was not on a hot lap at all. We should maybe go to the hot lap monster that we have here. That is Simmons. But yeah, with Dummy, he is actually getting some decent competition, and Meshik is quite up there as well this time, because he had some mediocre qualifying sometimes, but yeah. This one seems to be quite good for him, as Rage Quit just drove another lap on these tires. Gonna start on fairly old tires then. I think he should have gone into the pits after this lap. So, Simmons through Sector 2. It's not looking too bad so far. Doesn't get his lap time invalidated here. 1:14 is a good time to cross into Sector 3, and he is slightly behind his previous best time. Meshik has retired his car in Sector 2, so there's no improvement to be expected by him. To be honest, I don't know how much time Sims could find in this Sector 3, because yeah, apparently none at all. Just going back into the pits. So yeah, then the last car on track is Dummy. Can he improve once more? It looks like it, right? Yeah, 142.3 takes the pole position by a good margin. Wonder Simmons should already be back in the pits. Yeah, they're gonna push him in there in the background. And I wonder if qualifying is gonna end then, or if we will have to wait until the time elapses again. It seems like we have to wait. So yeah, we have 30 seconds. Unfortunately, there was no real F1 at the around this weekend, so not much to talk about there. To be honest though, isn't there like Champions League on somewhere soonish? Like it's gotta be starting in 15 minutes or something. I don't know. So if anyone if it's already going and anyone sees it, feel free to provide like results, since Munich is of course having a good chance, and me as a proper Munich fan would enjoy a triple once more. Prue would have been 5th in Elite with his time, Lamar. Yeah, he's quite good at some tracks as well. I think he's one of the contenders to go up to Elite sometimes in the further future, especially since he doesn't have a teammate at the moment. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's up for debate, but we're gonna see about that. So light rain as predicted. And yeah, I've been told it was there to stay for the entirety of the race, so we might as well enjoy light rain for the entirety of the race. Well, we have 30 seconds until this session starts. To be honest though, I mean, we're talking about all the times in Challenger and Elite that separate the drivers, but there's more than that separating the drivers. The general racecraft is way better in Elite in my eyes, and yeah, I don't know, we're just what was I about to say? Yeah, pace does not necessarily equal success in races. But yeah, we're gonna see. I think Rainy Spa is surely damn interesting, as Rouge and Bredillion are an absolutely deadly combo if you, I don't know, miss that slight sweet spot to turn and miss the apex a little bit. And then, well, you're surely gonna be going places with your inters. Definitely not heaven, but places. That is a good spot to spin, as I think we've seen 4 or 5 drivers DNF in Redillion today in Challenger. But yeah, what can we expect from this race? Ragequit has been fairly quick in the past, but he has been also collecting penalties in rapid succession, what has cost him valuable positions. I think he would have had 2 or 3 podiums already at that point if he just never got any penalties. But he did get the penalties, so that's gonna be a yikes overall. But yeah, that's the driver that can definitely go far. Arch has surprised us in Silverstone with an absolutely brilliant performance after an early one-stopper, pitting to hard tires immediately. And going, I think, 3rd with front wing damage and 25 lap old hard tires or something. Dummy, obviously, ever since he left midway through the sprint series and rejoined for the new season, he's been performing absolutely amazing. One of the few drivers to match Simmons' raw 1 lap pace. And he's quite decent in race pace as well. Last time I think he took himself out in Silverstone, having a little bit of a spin, ultimately costing him the win, I think. But yeah, we're gonna see. Simmons, of course, is a driver to watch as well, as I think he might be leading the Drivers' Championship right now. We might have a look at that immediately after. Well, anyways, let's jump, over to one of the midfield drivers, and we are going away. As this time everyone starts at the same time. Yikes! What the frick was that in the back? Major collision already, and I think Gimp got caught in it. What the frick happened? Okay, safety cars coming out already. So yeah, once more, perhaps drivers not having a blast, as they have both been taken out due to early shenanigans. Okay, then this is fine. Yeah, Herbie not too happy with that. I don't know what happened with Lewis at all. He just seemed to... I don't know if he just spun, as he's using no assists and starting in the rain is maybe not always that easy. But yeah, he's just turned in straight into Newf and crashed him into the wall. Which is fairly unlucky for Newf, of course, as... no, pitting is not really an option here. I mean, they will not lose as much time as they would have normally with their front wing exchange here as it's safety car, but on the same time, you just don't want to get taken out, I think. Oh my. Yeah, so we have a safety car on our hands now. I hope it's only gonna stay out for 2 hours. 2 hours. I do not hope it stays out for 2 hours. I was trying to say laps. Yeah. Okay. Game says 1 stop is pretty much guaranteed. And you can actually go for a 2-stopper. Like, I've never really, like, got this, why you wouldn't do extra. Wait, what? Fabian did a barrel roll and has escaped with an orange front wing only. What? Okay, that's crazy. I mean, I've seen him jumping around somewhere in the back, but like, yikes. But yeah, going back to several stops, like, I didn't see the appeal of doing more stops on Inters than you have to be honest. I feel like you don't really lose that much time if you go on older Inters and you go longer. So yeah. I doubt we're gonna see any 2-stoppers except from the 4 people at the bottom who are currently pitting since, yeah, they have to. As they lost front wings, most likely. Lewis obviously running into the side of Gimp. No, not Gimp. Newf, the other 4-letter Red Bull Herbie driver. And yeah. So the boys at the back will close up to the safety car. Yeah. Q, I think? Yeah, Q is probably the right word. And I assume they're gonna reach it towards the end of this lap, so probably safety car's gonna be staying out for this lap and for 1 lap more. Which is not too bad. A little bit unfortunate that we get the entire rain bit as well, as that kinda takes away a bunch of the overtaking opportunity. But it spices things up. Q is correct. Ha! My English is getting better and better every single day. To be honest, if I remember like the moments when I started casting, it has been a slight improvement since then. However, back to this lovely queue of cars behind the safety car. Yeah, no notification that safety car was gonna come in this lap, so we are gonna be having it for another lap. Newf's taking his time to advance to the queue. Of course, you don't wanna crash under the safety car. Do not do the Grosjean thing. Oh, Meshik and Arch somehow swapped positions there up on top. I don't know if that was just the game bug, as that seems right. How it is right now. Okay, so especially in those hard braking zones, it's kinda, you have to care not to run into the man in front of you, as front wings are not the most sturdy thing. Pretty fragile. Da-dum, ba-dum. Newf's going into the pits once more. I think that might delay the, well, restart of the race a little bit. What did happen though? Did he like not get a front wing the last time? Herbie, can you like give us information on what did happen to Newf? I think he went into the pits twice in a row now, and I have no clue why he would do that. Apart from... No, I have no clue. Anyways, I think he might be able to advance the queue quick enough to catch it before we enter Sector 3. So, the safety car should come in nonetheless. He's already made up 10 seconds. Probably gonna be making up more through these turns. He spun all by himself in a separate incident. Ah, okay. That's why... Ah, yeah, sure. Fabian Gaming was last beforehand as well, so that's probably why they swapped positions then. Well, there is no better time to spin than during a safety car. So you can catch up easily again. Oops, what happened there? More carnage? I doubt it. I think that was some kind of a bug again. But yeah, Newf is back. And we should be facing a safety car that's coming in. Yay, safety car in this lap. Bang bang. And yeah, Inters seem to be the way for the entire race, at least that's what the game thinks. And I'm curious when we're gonna see drivers pitting, as Dummy, let's jump back to the front, is slowing the queue down a little bit to let the safety car escape, so he can go for a proper restart. Yeah, I mean, the restart options in Spa are limited. Can't really jump start ahead of like the other drivers, as... Yeah, I don't know. Also, why did Arch and Meshik like swap positions somewhat twice or something in the safety car? But yeah, green flag, we are going again. Domi gets away quite well, and Arch already dropped a second behind. Let's jump back into the center. And, not too much happening incident-wise, which is nice to see. What I want to see though is this. Simmons and Rage Quit here through a Redillion, and it seems like Rage Quit gets quite the nice exit. As the outside line, can he go past it? Seems unlikely, but he's gonna have the inside line for the second turn of these. That was a bit tight by Simmons probably. Rage Quit can barely keep his car somewhat in control. And Simmers will advance into P4. Meshik in the meantime has taken back P2 and is now chasing after Dummy. Let's see. Oh my, that is very close there. Rage Quit is immediately continuing to fight for positions with the Jack this time. But yeah, gets a little bit too close and has to drop behind. Rage Quit might be one of the drivers with the best racing pace, obviously. His big weakness is track limits. As we've seen in the qualifying, that he took quite a while to get a timed lap in. And yeah, he has had good results on track before, but got dropped further down the grid due to time penalties. So yeah, that's that. I think Meshik is going to be interesting now, as well as Goji and Inferno Lewis found their way together. What is happening with... Oh, come on. What did happen to Jack? Big yikes. Anyways, back to the top. Meshik has set the quickest lap there. As we're finally off racing, this is the first lap we race actually. So yeah, Dave into the pits. Maybe there was contact between Dave and Jack. Oh, what happened to Dummy there? He went off track there for sure as well. No damage for him. Sound bug is definitely there though. So we jump back at... Yikes. Yikes. Okay, we will have another safety car period. Maybe we have to disable safety car for Elite as well. But yeah, this time it's Fabian. The good old cha-cha slide through Eau Rouge and Redillion that I mentioned earlier. Happened here. Fabian probably losing control and sliding straight into that wall. And yeah, that's actually absolutely treacherous in these conditions. I think safety car's not gonna be staying out for long though, as we should pretty much have a perfectly aligned queue. And yeah, I don't know. A bunch of spare time then once more. Where we have the safety car. I hope this is not continuing at that rate. If we get one lap of racing for every 3 laps of a safety car, we are not going to see much racing tonight, I'm afraid. Anyways, let's hope we can get through the safety car phase without any further incidents. Arch going into the pits there. Tommy as well. So they will be going for new tires apparently. I doubt that this trade-off is gonna be worth, to be honest. I don't think they can go to the end on these already. And I do not know how much these fresh tires will benefit them coming out into traffic, obviously. As yeah. They're gonna be quite a bit behind. But yeah, it is good to see some variation up on top strategy-wise. That brings a little bit of spice into all of this. So yeah, I think and hope we're gonna be aligning in safety car queue in this lap already, so maybe that safety car's coming in immediately again would certainly be appreciated. Yeah, what to talk about, to be honest. I've no clue. Position-wise, nothing much changed. Rage Quit is in P3 again. Probably good after his earlier shenanigans, where he dropped behind a little bit, I think. Fernaluz definitely. And well, let's just... We can open up this beautiful spectator menu and see who won or lost positions. And obviously the guys that have already stopped lost quite a bunch. And yeah, Lewis and Harishu now being... Yeah, and pretty much everyone there's got to be pointed out as winning quite a bunch of positions. 2 stops on New's side already. Ah yeah, we had that. Okay, we will apparently have another lap of the good old safety car. Well, does anyone in the chat has topics they want to have discussed? If it's about racing, F1 per se, Champions League, whatever. Open for all. Because yeah, to be honest, let's say it how it is. This amount of safety car queue is quite hard to compensate casting wise. There's just not that much happening. Or is it? Was there a spin-off some points? Newf and Arch are going into the pits. Maybe they came together. And Dave goes into the pits once more as well. But why though? Are they waiting with a front wing for them here? Oh my. That was almost an unsafe release. Okay, Arch is just getting new tire. Dave is just getting new tires. I don't get it. Well, Barry, I think, I don't know, we could talk about last week's race in Real F1 and how boring it was. But yeah, considering the race was already boring by itself, I don't really know how interesting a conversation about that would be. Apparently that's a little bit banking on going to the end now. Okay. Yeah, I think 15 laps might be possible. But yeah. Kinda sad to see the Mercs being able to win by 1 minute or something, theoretically. IRL. I mean, Spain has struggled, let's say. I wouldn't say they have never created exciting races ever, but they have struggled to have exciting races sometimes. Oh, Arch and Dave or Newf. Ah, frick, I didn't see it at the bottom. Hey, actually, nothing's happening anyway. Let's go into the race director. What was that? Oh, okay, B teammates. Beautiful 5-second penalties. Then H and Fabian 5-second penalties. Arch and Meshik, okay. Ah, so maybe they... Okay, safety car in this lap, that's actually good. But yeah, maybe Arch pitted a second time to get rid of the penalty. I don't know. I don't know if you can get rid of 5-second penalties during safety car even, because that kind of defeats the purpose, right? What does the time even say? Okay, we have about 40 minutes to get this race done. Can we do that even? 15 laps, circa 2 minutes is 30 minutes. Yeah, okay, that is possible then. Because we still have another Masters tier fixture coming up tonight, and they, well, delayed this especially for us. And, yeah, I sure hope to see a bunch of you, at least, who are interested in Rocket League in that stream immediately after, which is going to be the same stream as this one. As, yeah, we're racing at least again. Meshik with a very good restart. Already 2 seconds clear of Simmons, who has to battle off Rage Grid. This is pretty much a repeat of the first restart, correct? Let's see if Simmons keeps Rage Quit alive this time. Okay, Rage Quit this time not even going for the move, as he's been spun out in the earlier attempt he had. Harrishoon's quite close, but not quite there. And I think Jack... Oh, yikes, let's not do that. Jack lost the position to Dummy, who's attacking Goji now. And yeah, maybe these new inters might have been a good move for him, as he seems to be a little bit more comfortable, already gaining, I think, 3 positions, to be honest. He got past Denage as well. No, then it's 2. Well, past Jack and Denage, and he's pushing on Goji for sure. Well, we are gonna see if he's gonna be making something down Sector 3. Of course, since there's no DRS at the moment, Sector 3's kinda curvy straight is pretty much the same kind of an overtaking opportunity than the main straight, as yeah, you don't have DRS anyways, and Dummy goes past easily. I wonder if that is such a big difference in tires, as that didn't seem like a problem at all. Rage Quit is still following up closely behind Simmons, as Dummy is cutting his way through the field further in the back. I think maybe let's go with Harrishoon and Lewis this time. Oh, Lewis cutting very deep into that corner. And Harrishoon is probably gonna be in position for a move here, going up Brilliant. Yeah, they're gonna lift a little bit. There's Lewis on the left side. I don't know who of the two is lagging a little bit. It seems like Lewis has some issues. He's not really driving how an F1 car would probably behave. But let's jump on board with Domi, who is looking at these two guys and hoping for something to happen, of course. Trying to go around the outside here, maybe. I don't know if he can put his new tires to good use, or if he can just outpace these guys in general. He gained like 1.5 seconds in the last half lap, so he's either driving very good or his tires are very good. Or both. And yeah, we're gonna see if he can go to the end after this early stop, because if so, there would have been a strategic masterpiece, obviously. Arch has at least caught Nuve so far. Dave seems to be struggling a little bit still. And Arch has not really come close to Denage, as Dummy is advancing Harrishoon at rapid speed. That was a good catch, just tapping the brakes slightly to not lose it entirely. Big lock up on both front row tires. And yeah, Dummy stays behind Harrishoon for now, but I think it's not gonna be too long. I think the main difference I've noticed in the new intermediate tires is that Dummy is able to accelerate a little bit better out of turns than his opponents. That was quite close as well. He was about to do what Fabian did. Harrishoon. Okay, Rage Quit got past Simmons up in front. Apparently. Harrishoon is looking around the outside of Lewis. But Lewis closes the door, slams it shut. As, yeah. Dummy obviously once more is lurking, waiting for that opportunity, and he actually goes down the inside. Let's go for the wider angled shot. Nope, and we will stick with Dummy for now, as he's in the center of that little sandwich of old tires, or old air tires. As the Williams is looking quite comfortable to maybe take on the Merc of Inferno Lewis in the near future as well. Okay, so half a second, well, it's less than that, behind. And I think we're gonna jump back to the onboard POV, and maybe we're gonna jump back to Harashun, with somewhat of a good look on the entire situation. Tommy is very close behind Lewis, halfway on the grass there. Good of him to keep control of his car. Now going down the inside, big lockup by Harashun here. Tommy seems to be having the advantage around the outside. A little tap there by Harashun on Lewis's back. But Dummy ultimately is past both of these drivers. Looking forward to close that 4-second gap to dunk on you. He was driving a fairly lonely race in P4 so far. But I think we'll just jump straight into the backfield chaos here, as there are quite a bunch of drivers who are very close together as well. Arch and Nuve, of course, have the tire advantage, but well, Nuve is not really in this. But Arch is getting past Dan H here. Oh, and Nuve is really not in this, as he just gets passed by Dave in the back, or is he gonna get passed? Yes, no chance to fight back, really. I'm gonna jump back to Arch. Sooner or later, Ragequit is gonna be catching Mashik, I think. As he had a quite good pace on these recent laps. Wonder why these guys are gonna pit, as I think one pit stop is pretty much obligatory. Yeah, probably. That is the word. Well, you need to make one pit stop, at least on these inters, I think. And yeah, it would be a good idea, obviously, to make them on the halfway point. You could speculate on the safety car, of course, and come out big by going longer on your inters. We're gonna see what the drivers are gonna go for, respectively. Ooh, and Ragequit and Mashik go into the pits as Simmons advances into P1. Tommy's setting the fastest lap, obviously, on his new tires, relatively fresh out of the pits. 5 laps old, and okay, let's see once these times have actually settled where everyone is and where we will jump. I think we will definitely jump to Ragequit. Oh yeah, look at this. Good racing with Dan, and he goes through immediately out of the pits. Through Rouge and Redillion. Still a bit away from Mashik. Oh, actually he gained quite a lot in the pits on Mashik. I think a second roughly. As these are the top 2 drivers, theoretically. So yeah. It all depends on how how well they're gonna fight their way through the field now. As everyone is still comparably bunched up quite well. Yeah, if Dummy can go to the end on these tires, he's gonna look very, very smart. Question is if Mashik and Ragequit are going to reach him in the end of this race. I mean, direct contender, of course, would be Arch for that. Arch is just in front of Mashik right now. And if that works out for them, their second stop on the safety car really will put them into a good position. And drivers are getting very, very close here. Not coming together. Yeah, that's a bunched up group through the bus stop. And Ragequit, let's see. Side by side with Mashik now, fighting for that theoretical P1 on track. They have to care not to run into Arch. Mashik has the inside line, but I think Ragequit gets the better exit. Mashik's gonna be the driver to slot in behind. Yeah, we see it in very small in the right mirror. Arch there with a bit of a shortcut. Rage Quit is looking like he's getting a very good exit. Jack is just a little bit of a sitting duck in front of them. But I think he's gonna be able to defend his position. Yeah, Arch is not getting past there. Oh, bold move down the inside by Rage Quit there. Oh my god. Okay. With a bit of force maybe. But he almost made it stick. Gets the better exit on this one here, as Arch has the outside line for the next turn, but that is arguably the better line around high-paced turns. At least in the rain here, I think. But yeah, Arch is generally running a little bit deeper into the turns than Rage Quit maybe does. Taking the apex a bit earlier than Rage Quit. Even though Rage Quit pretty much didn't take the apex there at all, and that will cost him. Oh, and I think I've heard contact between himself and Meshik there. Meshik's right up there. But he stays behind. Obviously I forgot that Meshik is just immediately behind these guys anyways, and still in the fight, of course. So, it is Dunk on You and Simmons in the pits. Where they're gonna come out. Simmons is gonna come out right after this triplet. Or quadruplet here. Yeah, not much behind. You see him. They're second behind. And Dunk on You and him are divided by Dave. As I think we might be in for some overtaking between the AlphaTauri of Harishun and Nuve. It's gonna be interesting for sure. Nuve decides to sit back and rather let Harishun through than unnecessarily fight for the position. And it seems like Rage Quit finally got through Arch. Definitely a big thing for him as well. Is that Jax, who sounds absolutely terrible? Yes, it is. Good thing that he's gonna be gone soonish with the pit stop he's probably about to make. I think at this point he's likely losing time by not going to pit. Let's jump on board with Meshik. As, yeah, he's quite close to Arch, and has obviously got the tire advantage. But yeah, doesn't seem to get too far with this, to be honest. I thought, like, he had a better chance, but apparently not. This time maybe. Still, it's lacking a little bit of, yeah, the speed. And Simmons is really up their backs at the moment. As Dommy has a 14-second lead. The question is he gonna be able to hold this? And is Jax gonna be whole? Oh my god. Jack left the session. Which means AI takes over, and that is pretty much the end for his podium position ambitions if, well, the AI stays there too long. As you see how well the AI defends against Simmons there. That's just a major yikes. Getting passed left and right now. Oof. Jack's not gonna be too happy about that, I assume. And yeah, that like 10 seconds or something of AI driving has cost him 6 positions or something. Yikes. Obviously he still has to pit, so where are my times? I don't know where my times are. I hope they will return. Arashun got past Simmons. I don't know what happened to Simmons, to be honest. Wasn't Simmons like right at Meshik's back? Just a short bit before all this. I see on the map though that Meshik and Arch are still very much bunched up. And Meshik is probably really... I know. I can imagine his fingers are absolutely itching now to get past Arch finally, as I think he's losing some fair bit of time by not getting past here. Rage Quit, on the other hand, is winning like a second per lap. I think that's gonna get more and more over the course of this race, as, yeah, Dommy's tires will really get into their knees towards the end of this. Meshik going past there, and now he's finally through, and yeah. Arch in P4 now, and I think Meshik's off to chase Rage Quit, as they had very similar pace so far, just struggled with the overtake a little bit more. Let's jump on board again, I think. I did enjoy the wider angled shots. Oh my god, Dave has spun. A man has spun into a wall in Spa City. As, yeah, he drops out of the top 10 by that. Which is a yikes. Simmons' 3-second time penalty is a yikes as well. Why did he drop down? Did he stop again? He stopped again, right? I wonder if he ran into the back of Meshik somewhere and got front wing damage and then had to pit. Because that seems to be a likely event occurring. But yeah, anyways, we are with New for now. As he was very close to Jack for a second. But now is likely gonna have to defend against Goji coming from behind. Yellow flags sector 3. Dave's not having a good time. Does he have a front wing left? That is an interesting question. He's definitely missing a bit, and that small bit is like, it's having so much impact in yeah, this race. Yes, Dave is one of the Ascension players as well, isn't it? Isn't he? Sorry. Yikes. As I see Jess in the chat, a little bit sad for Dave here. And yeah, he's gonna go into the pits. Oof. Yikes. Maybe not how you want to go into bits, but it was entertaining. Yeah, maybe you should tell Ginge something about that, because he went into the pits and pretty much DNF'd, I think. Or was it Percy? No, I think it was Ginge. Harashun and Dunk, both on reasonably fresh tires, are having their very best time in the midfield. Yes, indeed. Ah, yeah. Well. You still have Arch, who is doing reasonably well, I guess. This is unfortunate. It is. This is all wrong. Ah, well. I think the most action we might have to expect is, yeah, back here in this little quartet? Is it quartet? It is quartet in Germany. I pray for new points. Well. Pray for Lewis and Dan to be gentle. And Goji, obviously. No, Dan is still a bit away. No, Goji's getting very close there. Will he be able to make a move? He goes to the outside, but it rather seems like he won't make it stick. Lewis in the back. It's, having a look at Goji. Oh my god, he's having a look somewhere. Hopefully he can push for a podium. I think you refer to Arch now, not to Newf, but looks tough right now. Yeah, to be honest, Arch with these old tires, I think Rage Quit and Meshik just control the pace at the moment. Maybe he can get that through penalties, but I think he might have a 5 seconds in his backhand as well, so it's probably gonna be very, very tough. In the meantime, Goji got past Newf, and well, we're gonna see how long Newf can defend against Lewis. Lewis looks kinda sketchy sometimes as well. So, yeah. Has Jax pitted by any chance? No, he's on 17 lap old Intus now. I wonder if he actually wants to go through to the end. I think this is pretty much certainly the case now. As, yeah, Jack is coming up to these lads. Well, he's, I wouldn't say holding them off, but he's sitting there and not getting past, so I think not unlikely that he's holding them off. Jack, though, not Jack, Lewis gets a very good exit here, and side by side with Newf. Hopefully there's not gonna be contact. Nope. It's just gonna go through without any not consequences. I search for another word, but yeah, you get what I mean. No damage caused, for sure. As Harishun shall be looking for a move on Dunk somewhere across this straight. Let's jump on board and see if it can actually make up much time. Dunk deciding to go for the inside line. Harishun out to the outside, breaking very deep into this chicane, but forces Dunk wide there a little bit. Not enough though to go for a comeback move. And Arch gets caught by these two guys as well, so we might be in for another three-way battle there. Pretty sure Goji is sooner or later gonna be trying to go past Jack in the back. As, yeah, Jack's tires should be dead. Arch 3-second penalty, certainly not gonna help him. And Dummy is doing a quite good job at keeping his lead up, and the lead, obviously. As, oh, Goji 3-second penalty as well. Bit of a yikes for sure. Let's jump back to the other camera, as that kinda captures the broader picture. Oh my, Goji. Yep. Or is it yep? Yeah, Lewis makes the stick, can't or won't allow the comeback move. Is Newf the one with... yeah, Newf is the one with the good old song bug now. Yeah, let's head over to this one. I think this is gonna be fairly interesting as well. Dunk has been pressured by Harishun for a little while now, but now he's the one pressuring Arch. Getting the slipstream down the straight, and that will probably make it harder for Harishun to go past there. Oh, and Newf got past Goji again. I don't know what happened there. I feel like Goji might have run pretty deep into turn 1. Newf has just taken advantage of that. He's closing up to Lewis as well, as all of them have dropped behind Jack for quite a little while. I wonder if Goji made a move on Jack and his defense was that harsh that like he lost that much time and the other two lost that time as well, because Jack shouldn't be pulling away from these peeps. I pretty much doubt that this is in the realm of possibilities right now. But yeah. Seemingly it is hard to overtake in these circumstances around Spa. Obviously it's always harder to overtake in the wet conditions. But yeah, the drivers don't have much time left, and speaking of not much time left, it seems like Dummy can actually pull through with his strategy. 7 seconds clear of Rage Quit still. Has just crossed the line for the pre-last lap, and if he doesn't have too many time penalties, he should be in a very good spot to take this race win home. Arch, though, is not quite there for his P4 yet, as Dunk and Harashun are all over him here. It's gonna be a tough bit of work to keep that P4 for Arch. Well, let's head over to be honest, I think we should probably stay around Dunk. Ah, the train. Ooh, that's contact. Yeah, okay, and we missed the overtake on Goji and Newf. But yeah, too many battles on track right now. Unfortunately, in the one that we were watching, there was no real overtake in action, and yeah, Jack now on 20 laps old Intus, doing a reasonably good job to fend off Lewis, Goji, and Newf as well. Yeah, and Arch certainly struggling a little bit to keep Dunk and Harashun behind, but yeah, nothing compared to the 15 lap tire difference between Jack and Lewis. I mean, Jack is known to kinda, like, do quite good with tires. And to be honest, he's not even losing that much time compared to the Arch trio. I think they've been roughly in the 12 seconds for quite a while now, as Dummy has advanced the last lap. Into the last lap, obviously. Just has to make it stick, no major mistakes in this one, otherwise Rage Quit is gonna be right there to take the lead. And Rage Quit is definitely gaining in this one. He's now below the 6-second marks, or he was below the 6-second mark for a bit of time. Which can be big if Dummy has 2 penalties more than Rage Quit. But yeah, we don't know that yet. I think Rage Quit has 1 time penalty as well, at least. It's gonna be Dunk and Harashun trying once more. Goji. Wait, what happened there? Lewis is in the wall, I think. I think Lewis is in the wall. Yeah, it certainly seems like he was going very slow there, and he was apparently in the wall. So I don't know if that is related to Jack in any kind of way. But yeah, Jack has a little bit of a gap now. It's probably gonna be closed up quite soon by Goji. Ooh, Dave retired from the session. Sector 3. Yellow flags. And well, it is Dummy who will take the win, at least on track. He's coming over the line right about now in P1 after a good early stop in the safety car, actually almost losing that P1 due to time penalties. We're gonna see what this is all about, as Dunk is in P4 currently. Meshik taking P3 for now, but yeah, who's gonna be coming out on top of these three? It's gonna be Dunk. Or is it? Yes, Arch drops behind 1 further position as he just has too many penalties, and Jack's gonna be the one who tries to take that 7th spot. And does so. Will Newf get another position? Yes, he goes past Goji, and Simmons beats his teammate as well based on penalties. A little bit of a disappointing finish for the 2 Mercs in P11 and P12. A team that would quite be down for race victories as well. But yeah, amazing performance by Dummy there in P1. Harashun there as the driver of the day, I think, as he made quite a bunch of overtakes. But we're gonna see that on the final standings, I think. They gonna show us. We got points! Williams got points! Like, not Williams, but the real Williams. Williams, of course, here taking the win with Dummy. Rage Quit in P2 and Meshik in P3. Let's head over to the good old scoreboard. Please wait. There we have it. So, Dummy P1, Rage Quit in P2, and Meshik and Harashun in the 2 AlphaTauri, P3 and 4. Dunk on you in the McLaren gets his P5. Arch dropping down to P6 due to time penalties. Jack going for the zero stop strategy to only lose 1 place overall and stay 7th. Newf, Red Bull's big hope, in P8 taking their first points of the season. Starting from P10, amazing strategy by him here. 3 stops and he still got points. The 2 Alfa Romeo, definitely not the results they wished in P9 and 10. As Lewis and Dan are the last finishing drivers in P11 and 12 before Dave and Fabian Gaming finished the session by not finishing the session. So yeah, good weekend for Red Bull overall, I think, with the podium and points in the 2 respective tiers. I am gonna need like a 5-second break, 5-minute break before we head into Rocket Sundays again. As you can hear, my voice kinda not making it anymore. So obviously I didn't set up the intermission screen at all. I'm gonna do that. To be honest, I'm not gonna do that. I will just go to the intermission screen and you have to live with it being outdated. I will update it sometimes while it is on. So yeah. Be right back for you, my boys, with Project MK Ultra versus Irrelevant Esports. That's it. Yeah, 5 minutes. We'll be right back. Good evening and welcome everybody to the 5th episode of the Script Gang podcast.
We've got 80% of the gang here today, and we're answering another important question, which is, if you could make one thing illegal, what would it be?
Well,
crickets.
Crickets.
I mean,
off to a good start. Crickets.
okay, do you want to, have you got anything more to that, or just straight up hate crickets?
Well, I'm just gonna say what comes like very quickly to my mind. Don't worry, it's fine. I would totally make it. I would totally make illegal canned food. It's disgusting.
Food.
Yeah.
You're covering a really broad spectrum there, and
yeah.
my OCD is tingling.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, first of all, like, all the doomsday preppers are gonna hate that, like, straight away. Like, what are you gonna do to survive in an apocalypse? You know, canned food is like the backbone.
I die. I don't care. It's an apocalypse.
Forget surviving in the apocalypse. My lunch today was a tin of beans and sausages on toast, and it was
but like English people are weird with all their beans. Breakfast, like beans. Dude, like I went to England in 7th grade and they just served beans. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, I go with like canned food. 100% with you, Dodo.
Thank you very much.
Have you, just on that topic, have you tried canned bread? That is a thing, apparently.
No.
Yeah.
Canned bread?
Yeah, and
how does that work?
It's just like bread in a can. Like, it's as disgusting as you might think. But it's a thing, and there's also
I'm
like
not.
canned chickens. I don't know if you've ever heard of those. It's like a decent sized chicken and just in a can, and it is like
But why?
so disgusting.
But
Because
how does
cans,
this work? Because like you wouldn't expect a full loaf of bread to fit in a can. So how does it work? Is it like pasteurized bread or something?
No,
Yes,
It's like legit. The bread like fits inside the can. It's like a nightmare to get out. You got like it's upside down, like hit it, and it just comes out in the shape of a can. But
Like-
yeah, it's a thing.
There's a thing with dough where you can like twist the package and it breaks and then it just explodes all over you. But like you have a lot of dough and you can bake a pizza or something. Anyways,
Sorry.
I think we're
I had a different picture in my mind.
well, I think we're a little bit off topic, as the question should be if we could
So
make
can I
one
just
thing
finish
illegal.
saying, like, can I finish just saying that the only canned food that I would probably give it like a free pass, it's probably corn in a can.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah, corn
Wait,
soup.
Yeah, it's like
Soup.
no. Hang on. Pet food. Go on.
You
Well,
get
I'm
big
no
bags of
pet.
pet food. Like you can get big bags of pet food. Like
Yeah.
cat food, maybe a bit.
I'm
but
not talking about canned food for animals. I'm talking canned food that we are eating, and I'm not
Well, you
eating
got to
any cat
specify.
food.
Wait. What if Herbie is
So-
eating cat food?